Go time. Good morning, good people out there. Welcome to another edition of Kobe's Backyard Barbecue, where we switching things up in the kitchen. Today, we're making one of my favorite recipes, brisket on a bone. And when I say brisket on the bone, I mean full cryovac packer beef short ribs, baby. So Costco, USDA Prime. A lot of times they cut them up and they have them sitting out in the pack there, right in the fridge. But just ask for one of your friendly butchers back there to go grab you the whole cryo pack. They're a little bit cheaper as far as costs. So you can see here they're $5.39 a pound. That's a lot more expensive than what they used to be. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the best bites in barbecue. And I'm gonna show you how to put it together. All right. So as you can see here, we full of hard lump charcoal in the KJ. Today we're smoking post oak, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Texas style way. We're going, this is an homage to Texas. We're going post oak today. So I've got the oak chunks buried underneath the charcoal. We're gonna light the charcoal here in the center, and then that's gonna go out, and as the fire ignites, it's gonna light the smoking chunks and give us some nice, delicious smoky flavor. So stay tuned. All right, now that we've taken it out the cryovac, as you can see here, placed it on my board. We just want to pat him dry, right? Pat him dry, all sides. What's a little different about these beef short ribs, you know, see this membrane, we're gonna leave that intact. We're gonna leave the membrane intact. Normally on pork ribs, we're taking those off, but on the beef ribs, these gonna be on the smoker. It'll help keep these bones intact so that, you know, you have a nice brisket on the bone, as we said. So now that we've got that all done, real simple seasonings, but first things first, we want to trim these bad boys up. I'm going to take off a little bit of this hard fat that won't render well in the pit, and all of this silver skin. I want to get all of that, expose the meat. We'll season the meat and then go from there. Stay tuned. All right, so now I've taken the time to trim all these up. As you can see, I removed all the silver skin on most of it, or most of the fat, a lot of the hard fat. You'll see that, you know, there's some little divots, valleys in here. That's okay. When it cooks up, you're still gonna have nice, big, meaty bones. And now it's time to season them up, nice and proper. One of my favorite parts of the video. Let's go. This step is optional. I use a little bit of oil as a little binder, right? Just to moisten the meat so that when I salt and pepper him up, he is nice and ready to receive the seasonings. And I do all sides except the bottom, the bones, because that membrane is so tough and thick. It's not like it's going to be a lot of seasoning that can penetrate that at the end of the day. So I'm going to start with pepper. This is what makes it Texas barbecue. Now I ground this myself in my pepper grinder, right? So I can control the grind size. Start with a little pepper. This is what's gonna help give it that authentic Texas style taste. Seasoning from up high so I get as even a distribution as I can. Then I'm gonna come over with my salt. Kosher salt here. Again, seasoning liberally because it can take, this is a big piece of meat. It's gonna be cooking for a long time. We wanna develop some nice, delicious bark. I'm just gonna pat that in. Don't rub it in, we're just patting it in. Then last but not least, I'm gonna come on with some Meat Church Holy Cow. This has some other garlic, other spices in there. just kind of complement the Texas style salt and pepper. And we're just going through seasoning up and then patting that in. Lost control of my meat. All right. And that'll do it. All right, we've arrived at that time. I got my properly seasoned up short rib rack going on. Sitting him on a rack just for ease of use for transporting in and out as necessary. I'm gonna put him on, you know, the KJ is reading just under 300. My Flame Boss 500 is reading 276. You know, we're right where we want to be. So we're gonna get this guy going, throw him on. And we'll see you in another few hours. I'm not gonna open him up, spritz him, do nothing. Maybe about 2.5, 3 hours I'll come in, spritz, make sure that you're not getting too dry, but you want to make sure I got a water pan under there to help with the bark formation, right? The smoke adherence, and properly season and flavor the meat. But the whole point is that we want to let the temperature do its thing. You know, they say when you're looking, you ain't cooking. That's what we're doing here. We're cooking. So see you back in about 3 hours. Magic of TV. Bye bye. All right, team, and we're back. All my BGs out there. It's been 3 hours, and we're gonna take a look and see where we're at. As you can see, all the smoke has subsided, but that doesn't mean that there's not smoke rolling. That's that thin blue smoke. So we're gonna open her up and spray her down. Yeah, look at that. Well, you know, see, I got the drip pan here, and that has ensured moisture, but yeah, see the nice pullback on the bones. I'm gonna drip some of this off. As you can see, that bark is forming. I don't want to interrupt that, so I'm gonna just give them a little bit of squirt. I'm gonna drain a little bit of this grease off. All right, and close her back up and let her do its thing. Yeah, we're good. Gucci. So check it one more time, spray it. My spray, if I haven't said it before, is just equal parts apple cider vinegar and water. Real basic, but this sprayer makes sure that you get premium coverage. No fuss, but let's take a look. Oh boy, yeah, okay. Yeah, look at that, even more pullback. So I'm gonna dip off some of this extra grease. Bark check one more time. Still got a little ways to go, I think, for the bark formation. I'm gonna temp it just to be, spray them. I'm gonna temp them just to be safe. See where we're at. 170. Still kind of want a little bit more, because that bark is still kind of not as solid and hard as I'd like it to be. We'll just come back in a half hour and go from there. Temp it one more time, and then we'll wrap and then go from there. See you next time. All right, so I'm gonna stick this probe into kind of the thickest portion here and keep just to keep a lookout for how we're doing temperature wise. I'm not going to rely on temperature at this point, but we're more concerned about getting to probe feel. So when I put this bad boy back on and then start probing them, and if it's going through like butter, then that's where we want to be. But I'm going to watch the temperature. I'll plug this in we get up above 200 in the 205 to 210 range, then I know we're probably most of the way there, and I'll probe her, make sure that we got some good tenderness, and then we'll let them rest, and you know, it'll be eating time. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it. It's been a little windy, taking a little longer than I had anticipated, but the meat probe is probing at about 207 right now, and so it's time for me to take a look and see what the tenderness look like. So, oh yeah, like you can just, oh yeah, I mean, just feeling it. You can feel the. See how it slides in. I almost don't want to pierce the. Oh yeah, that's butter. Oh yeah, that's butter. That's butter. Oh, that's going to be so good. Okay, well, I came out here thinking I had to go. I left my gloves inside. Let me go get them, because that's on jiggly status. That's, you know, that ain't jam the way it's jiggling. So we'll be back. All right, it's that time. What we've been waiting on. Yeah. All that fat is rendered and butcher paper is soaked. That's a good sign. Ooh. 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 Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take this out. Yes. Slice through it. See how it does. Oh boy. Look at that smoke ring. That's delicious. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Membrane is rendered. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice and unctuous. I mean, you see the juices. You see it. You see it. You see it. Look at that. That's. We in Tender City. You been there? All right. That's it. Now I'm gonna just slice him up and get ready to serve. See you next time.